Alright, micro students, so in the last video we talked about what makes up the supply curve. Just a quick review. What we talked about was, I'm going to do it over here so it's not on my main page. What we talked about is how when the price goes up, the quantity supplied goes up. And we made up our model with price and quantity to look like that. And what that tells us is that when price is going up, the quantity supplied is going up as well. So we figure, at a high price, when the price is way up there, we are willing and able to provide a lot. We want to sell a lot. We want to produce a lot. We want to create a lot, and we want to try to get that out there for people. It's not talking about what the demand is, but we're saying when the price is very high, when it's up here, the quantity is high as well. But what about when the price is really low, or if the price is way down here? Price is down here, and the quantity is going to be very low. So that shows willing and able to sell at different prices. All right, so it's the willingness and ability to sell at different prices. That's going to be the supply curve. And so what we're showing is the relationship between a change in price and a change in quantity. Now what we're going to do is we're going to say, what if something else is changing? Not just the price, but what if something else changes? What impact would that have? So we're going to look at our lemonade example again, and we're going to try to think of some other things that could possibly change. And so we're going to do our real similar setup to what we had before, where we have our schedule of price and quantity, and we said at 10 cents there were 2, and at 20 cents there were 4, 30 cents, 40 cents, there were 6 and 8, I believe is what we had. And so that's going to be our setup, and we're going to try to determine what happens to the supply curve when other things change, not just the price. So here what we're going to do is we're not going to change the price. So I'm going to highlight this, I'm going to circle this right here in red, and this is not changing. That's going to be key. What would change this whole thing when the price isn't changing at all? All right. So the price is going to be at 10 cents, at 20 cents, at 30 cents, at 40 cents. We still have a variety of prices, but we're not saying the price is causing some sort of change to happen. So what else could change that would change the whole quantity? So let's say I've got my lemonade stand, and all of a sudden, lemonade sales are picking up, and there's a lot of people that want to sell lemonade. And so, like, Joe opens his lemonade stand to sell lemonade, and Bob opens his lemonade stand to sell lemonade, and Susie opens her lemonade stand to sell lemonade. What's going to happen to the amount of lemonade that was provided at $1 before? What's going to happen to it now? So we're going to have a whole new quantity because we have more people producing. So I'm going to write this in a different color, but our quantity is going to look different now. So before, I was the only one willing to sell anything at the price of 10 cents. And now we've got Joe and Bob and Susan. They all want to provide some too at 10 cents. And so our quantity might now be, let's say it's 4 at 10 cents. And at 20 cents, let's call it 6. And at 30 cents, it's 8 now. And at 40 cents, it's 10. And so we have a whole new kind of set of numbers. So what we're going to try to do is show that what this now looks like on a graph. So we had our setup before with price and quantity. And we said at 10 cents, this was out here at, this was down here at 2. And at 40 cents, this was out here at 8. Something like that. So we had this line that looked like that. So that was 20, 30, that was 4, 6, right there, right there. All right, so that's our black line. Now what we're going to do is we're going to get this blue line. So we have the black line that represents the supply when it was just me, and now all of a sudden we have all these other people that have entered and want to sell. So we have more producers wanting to sell. So what's going to happen is that before at 10 cents, we were at 2 like we marked before, but now at 10 cents we're out here 10 cents, we're at 4. That's still low, right? It's still low compared to 10, but it's more than it was before. And what about at 20 cents? What was it before? Before it was 4, right? You can see up here before it was 4. Now it's 6 at 20 cents. So you can see that this one moved out that way, and this one moved out that way. And at 30 cents, it's now 8, and that one moved out that way. And at 40 cents, we don't even have it on here, but it's out here at 10, like that. And now we have this curve, supply. What happened to the supply curve when more people entered? Right, so we have more sellers wanting to sell, and what happened is it shifted the whole curve, right? So it shifted the curve to the right. It increased the supply. All right? Now, don't forget this. Now go back over here. Oh, it disappeared. See if I can find it. There it is. Right here. What happened over here? What was happening? Price was changing and quantity was changing. Quantity supplied, right? So price and quantity supplied were changing. Price changes, quantity supplied changes. All right, now what happened over here? There we are. What happened on this side? Did price change? Nope, price didn't change. Look at this. Price is at 10 cents. It was at 2 for a quantity, and now it's at 4 for a quantity. Why did the quantity change even though the price didn't change? Because some outside factor changed. This right here is our outside factors. Those are our outside factors, right? And they increase the supply. So when our number of producers increases, it shifts the whole supply curve to the right. So this is called a change in supply, and it looks like that. It looks like a shift of the supply curve. Over on this side, this is called a change in quantity supplied. You need to know those two things. All right, those are key differences. Change in quantity supplied is caused by a change in price. That's over here. Change in supply is caused by some outside factors. Right here, we're talking about number of producers. All right, number of producers. Okay, so that's what shifts the whole supply curve. It's called an increase in supply. And in the next video, I am going to show all the examples that we can come up with for increases in supply.